The Master Inc. says, do you believe that your constant reliability, even after being fired, even after having problems from others like Randy Savage, etc., was your reliability the reason that Vince trusted you to be the guy head of talent relations?
I think it had something to do with it, yeah. And I also think that he trusted my experience and my logic, using my logic, and he saw how I communicated with the talents. You know, poor JJ kind of aged out, and JJ is a good man, really a good man, but Vince had seen him too much. JJ allowed himself to get overexposed. His office was just across the hall from Vince's. Then it was originally, that office was built with windows that opened because it was going to be Patterson's office, and that let him go to the near the windows and crack them and smoke. So JJ had that office. He didn't smoke, and then I got that office, but it wasn't for any. I didn't do any. I didn't smoke. I smoked, but I didn't smoke in there. So I go out in the parking lot and have a little puff. But other than that, it was pretty much business as usual, Connie. I don't know how in the hell I got in that office and stayed so long, but I did. It worked out. I think Vince's logic. Here's a guy that's been in the business over 20 years. He's a student of the game. He doesn't want any of the boys' spots. He doesn't want to be a manager. He doesn't want to be a, whatever. He doesn't want to be a talent, and I didn't. I wanted to contribute to the company's success because there's nothing we were going to do that was more important than, taking care of the team, hiring more good talents. And I thought we did a pretty damn good job with that second thing of hiring pretty good talents. If you look back on it, at all the Hall of Famers that we signed and managed and led, I think you'd have an easy time agreeing with that sentiment. It's all about hiring great talents, our guys that you thought would be great talents, and turning over every rock and looking behind every bush and all that stuff. And it worked out. It worked out nicely. I thought we put together one hell of a roster. As you talk about, it's like today, some of the big sports news is about the NFL camps and who all's going where and all this stuff. That's how you build a team. You got to have a strong foundation and you got to hire the right guys. And I thought that we did that. It looks like we did because we had a lot of millionaires making millions of dollars. That's redundant. And it just seemed to work out fine. So that's why I was so surprised that I think I got too much power. I think that I was perceived as having too much power, and that was going to eliminate some guys. Some guys from I want to say from consideration, but it was just funny how it all worked out. I took a lot of pride in that job, and the proof in the pudding is that these cynical wrestlers, who are basically paranoid by nature, trusted me. And they trusted me to the point that guys that I signed back in the day, as the cliche goes, are still communicate with me with questions, business questions. Would you do this? Would you do that? Et cetera, et cetera. How would you handle this? I got my check. I didn't like my check or whatever. And I'd help them. I'd straighten them out as best I could. So it was interesting, Connie, on that whole time. Probably one of the most interesting times of my entire career.
Was it one of the more up and downs? I mean, because it feels like there's a lot of uncertainty here.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Obviously. What I'm telling you here is the truth. And, but I stick by my stories. As I said, they've proven out to be factual, and accurate and honest. Believe it or not, a wrestling guy talked about honesty because it was an issue until it wasn't.
Shawnee in the wrestling says, who welcomed you back, and what moment made you feel like you belonged in the WWF after such a traumatic start with the company? Was anybody really excited to see you back and really make you feel welcome? And then when did you feel settled? Like, okay, this isn't short term. It's sitting for a little while. I'm home.
Yeah. I'd say Monsoon was one. The TV people, Kevin Dunn's crew, were glad to see me because, you know, I was always on time. I was always available. If I need to come in at midnight and do some wild lines or something, I would, and that without bitching. I guess one individual would be Monsoon. I'm glad to see you back. You deserve this job. You're going to do great here. We all knew that. Just, you know, count your blessings and work your ass off. So that's kind of what I did. I counted my blessings and I worked my ass off, and away we went.
SaveWithConrad.com.
I'm Nick Castillo from Waterville, Ohio. I've listened to several of his podcasts for a few years and have always heard the ads for Save with Conrad. And my wife and I were looking to refinance, and we had looked into a couple different options. And then I had remembered one of the ads and contacted you guys, and here we are. We had some debt that we accumulated, and we wanted to pay it down, get everything in under a much better, more manageable APR. So smooth. I've never had anything finance go that easy. We got a chance to work with Francis and Larry. They made everything comfortable. They were very personable. They were on top of everything. They made sure we were on top of everything. They were with us every step of the way, kind of guiding us. So like I said, I've never had an experience that went that smooth. Right off the bat, we saved at least $250 a month. Within a couple of months, we'll probably be at the $400 to $500 mark a month. I'm Nick Castillo from Waterville, Ohio, and I've saved over $400 a month with SaveWithConrad.com.
NMLS number 32416, equal housing lender, SaveWithConrad.com. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson here to tell you a little more about what AdFreeShows.com is all about. Get early, ad-free access to more than a dozen of your favorite wrestling podcasts every single week, starting at just $9. That's less than 20 cents an episode each month. And yes, you can listen to them all directly through Apple Podcasts or your regular podcast apps. How easy is that? Ad-Free Shows also has thousands of hours worth of bonus content and docuseries like Title Chase, Eric Fires Back, Conversations with Conrad, and The Insiders. Plus new series like The Book with David Crockett, Monday Mailbags with Mike Chioda and Nick Patrick, and a whole lot more. And you want to talk about early? You can't get any earlier than listening to the shows live. You can be a part of the live studio audience as we record the podcast. Plus, ride shotgun alongside your favorite childhood heroes for live watch-alongs, Q&As, and other interactive experiences every single month. Come on now, see for yourself what thousands of other wrestling fans from around the world have discovered, that AdFreeShows.com is the best value in wrestling. Check it out today, and hey, when you do, the first week is completely free. AdFreeShows.com.